In 1572, Spanish missionaries founded a quiet coastal community they called Parañaque. For centuries, the people here made their living through salt making and fishing along the shallow waters of Manila Bay. Today, that coastline is unrecognizable. It is a dense, hyper-developed urban corridor defined by concrete, elevated railways, and multi-lane highways packed with traffic. This expansion is driven by Entertainment City. It is an 8-square-kilometer district of luxury hotels and gaming floors that now generates billions of dollars in revenue for the Philippine government. But right next to this commercial center sits the Las Piñas Parañaque Critical Habitat and Ecotourism area. Spanning 181 hectares, it holds the last remaining mangrove frontier in Metro Manila. It is an internationally protected Ramsar wetland, providing a rest stop for up to 5,000 migratory birds every day along the East Asian Australasian Flyway. The casino metropolis and the wetland are now locked in a physical struggle. Both are man-made, and the financial success of the casinos is driving a new wave of reclamation that threatens to bury the habitat entirely. To understand how a pristine wetland ended up next to a casino district, we have to look back at a 1970s infrastructure project spearheaded by President Ferdinand Marcos Sr. Engineers dredged loam and sand from the seafloor to build the Manila-Cavite coastal road. The process accidentally formed two large artificial landmasses, Freedom Island and Long Island, which were originally intended to support further highway expansion. But before the pavement could be laid, nature took over. Mangroves rooted in the dredged soil, and the islands became the only breeding ground in Metro Manila for the endemic Philippine duck. Human engineering had inadvertently carved out a functioning ecological sanctuary, creating a natural buffer zone against storm surges right on the edge of the city. By the 2000s, the government strategy for Manila Bay shifted from building roads to manufacturing an economic engine. They began reclaiming massive new tracts of land specifically for integrated casino resorts. Philippine gaming revenue surged from under 50 billion pesos before 2010 to over 214 billion in early 2025. This cash flow triggers localized growth, creating 130,000 direct jobs while driving a spike in demand for local supply chains across Parañaque. Because this district was engineered with a strict focus on maximizing financial yields, its success has created an aggressive momentum to reclaim even more land from the bay. The profitability of Entertainment City triggered a modern gold rush. By 2019, developers had proposed 22 new land reclamation projects across Manila Bay to replicate that success. This rapid expansion exposed a structural flaw in how the city manages its coast. An academic audit of the wetlands governance network revealed conflicting mandates. Gaming regulators maximize revenue, while environmental departments protect the habitat. They failed to coordinate. When a city's legal and political systems are programmed strictly to facilitate economic expansion, an accidental habitat like the wetland becomes functionally invisible to the institutions making the decisions. That administrative failure is now translating into physical threats. Local political leaders are pushing to open the protected wetland itself to new commercial reclamation projects. Executing those plans means dumping concrete over vibrant tidal mudflats, suffocating the mangrove forest, and stripping Metro Manila of its crucial natural defense against flooding. This dispute reveals a critical gap in modern urban planning. We have mastered the engineering required to pull new territory from the ocean, but the systems meant to govern that land have not kept pace with the construction. The future of Manila Bay depends on whether the city can learn to stop building before it paves over the very environments that keep it livable.